Now on Talking Solutions, inviting back Lisa Browder with Nathan Adelson Hospice. I guess it's Pet Supply Drive time.
It is.
Something you guys do every year.
This is the 7th year. Can you believe it?
I feel like I've talked about it just darn near every year, but I'm happy to do so.
Good. We like that.
Well, and I know that the pet therapy program with Nathan Adelson Hospice is just one of the many alternative type therapies that you offer.
Wasn't that a great way to let me talk about the Bonnie Shrek Memorial Complementary Therapies program?
Yes.
It's a great program. We do a lot of really wonderful things for the patients and the families and sometimes the staff. And the best part is that nobody is billed, nobody is charged anything. It is all completely free, which is really wonderful. And it's all complementary therapies like pet therapy, which we're talking about today, aromatherapy and massage, reflexology, music, Reiki. We have a lot of really wonderful things that we offer.
For anyone who isn't aware, Nathan Adelson Hospice is the largest not-for-profit hospice in the Valley.
That's correct.
And a lot of the services that you offer are for clients who don't have insurance coverage.
You know, that's the thing I think I like the most about what we do. We don't turn anybody away. So it doesn't matter if they have insurance coverage or not. We do over $1 million in indigent care every year. So we take care of everyone regardless.
One of the things I found out too, Lisa, over the years in talking with Nathan Adelson Hospice is there's a lot more to hospice care than just we're going to get you through the pain. There is a lot more to the experience.
Well, you know why? A lot of people think hospice is a building. It's not. It's a philosophy of care. So hospice really is focused on quality of life for whatever time you have left, more so than the quantity. The idea is to make you as comfortable as possible so that you can enjoy whatever time you have. And if that includes complementary therapies or whatever, juicing, it doesn't matter. Whatever the person wants to do, nobody says, oh, you shouldn't be doing that because we're going to give you these medications. No, if you want to do that, fine. Do whatever you need to do to have more quality.
One of the spots that I've seen many times, and I met Brad Garrett here in the studios.
Oh, he's a hoot.
What a sweetheart. I've got a picture. You want to talk height difference? That's me and Brad Garrett.
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
Yeah, and a great guy. But he does all of the commercials for Nathan Adelson Hospice, also appears at many of the events, Serenades of Life. There's actually a Brad Garrett Award that they give to someone very important.
Yeah, but do you know why that is? We don't pay him to do that. He actually had a friend that came into our facility when we were over on Buffalo. He was impressed by the care, and he asked if there was anything that he could do to help us out. And Carol Fisher said, absolutely. So he's been on board ever since.
You give a lot back to the community.
We do give a lot back to the community. Really interesting. We have a lot of people who will say, well, I don't understand why you have to do fundraisers. You have the Adelsons with all that money. But they're thinking of different Adelson who has nothing to do with Nathan Adelson. So that's why we do our fundraisers.
I learned something new about Nathan Adelson Hospice every time we talk. I didn't know that name, Adelson, doesn't have to do with Sheldon.
They're not related, and he has nothing to do with us.
Well, you know, even in a case where you might name something after someone who is very wealthy, it may have been startup dollars, or it maybe give you the facility. That doesn't mean you expect them to just support it all the way down the line. As you mentioned, you give out about $1 million worth of care to the community.
It's probably more than that now, actually. It was over $1 million in indigent care several years back, but it's probably more than that now.
Well, speaking of years, are we to the 40-year mark yet?
Not
Nathan
quite,
Adelson?
I don't think, but we're almost there.
I know it's coming up. Lisa Browder is with us with Nathan Adelson Hospice. We're talking about an annual event.
The Pet Shelter Drive, which is not, I think, the official name that we've given it, but it's the 7th year that we've done this. And what we do is give back to the community because so many of our pet therapists have animals that are from shelters. They are caring people who understand that these dogs are scared. A lot of times they're cold. And to have somebody come in and bring them a blanket or a little dog bed or something just to show them that you care and to give them a little more comfort is wonderful. So we collect every year beds, unopened food, linens, towels, washcloths, blankets. We divide those up amongst about 8 different organizations and give back to the community.
And this Pet Shelter Drive, it goes on. Are we talking end of February?
We are. We do January and February every year. Those are usually our coldest months. And you know, it's funny because a lot of people think, well, it's not really cold right now. You may not think it's cold in your nice little warm house, but if you're an animal out on the streets, the temperature drops at night, plus the fact that you're scared. bored. So you put those two together and they'll sit in the corner and shiver. There's a person who lives underneath me in my little apartment complex who came upstairs and knocked on my door about a week ago and said, "Do you know anything about cats?" Well, I happen to have 2 cats. So I said, "I do. What did you need?" He said, "I work in another apartment complex and I found this little bitty calico kitten, very small, looks kind of undernourished, clearly abandoned. And I brought her home, but I really don't know what to do with her. I don't know what to feed her. I don't know how to train her." I said, "Well, you don't have to train her. Feeding her is simple." But he saw this little bitty kitty and it was during the day when it's warm, shivering. So just because it's not 10 degrees here in Las Vegas doesn't mean that those animals don't need some help.
I worry about them all the
Me
time. The latest numbers that I've been hearing as far as cats in Las Vegas, about 200,000 are homeless.
What?
I know that sounds like big numbers, doesn't it?
It does.
Well, I think it is big
Well,
numbers.
I wish I had room to take them all.
You and me both. Nathan Adelson Hospice, because of the pet therapy program, you show gratitude by donating things to shelter groups around town.
We do. And you know, we grow a little bit every year, not only in how many donations we get, but people hear about it and they want to be a part of it, which is great for us. So in addition to having our own drop-off locations, we have 2 partners this year.
Really?
So we have Net Effect. They're on South Durango.
Oh,
and
yeah. I drive by them every day on the
they're
way to
a
work.
drop-off point for us. So people can, if it's not convenient for them to drive all the way over to Swenson, can stop on South Durango and drop off some stuff there. We also have Silver Summit Health Plan. They're new to us this year, which is fantastic because they're a large organization. They have lots of members, so they're going to collect lots of good stuff for us.
Heather Fitzgerald, aren't you with Silver Summit Health Plan?
Yes, I am. We're really excited to partner with Nathan Adelson Hospice on this very important program. Silver Summit Health Plan is a strong community supporter. We're a leading managed care plan that provides health insurance to the people of Nevada, and we exist to improve the health of our members through focused, compassionate, and coordinated care. We couldn't be more thrilled to partner with Nathan Adelson Hospice on this program. We have a drop-off location at our office on 2500 North Buffalo. We're on the 2nd floor in the building, and we have a fabulous decorated box for donations. We are looking for dog beds, blankets, washcloths, unopened dog and cat food. So anything new would be great. We're collecting all these items, not only from our fabulous employees, but the general public. Our doors open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. So come down, please donate to this fantastic cause. We want to keep these animals warm, doing the good work with Nathan Adelson Hospice, and then get adopted and welcomed into a wonderful home.
I love this. The drop-off locations for the Nathan Adelson Hospice Pet Supply Drive. You've got Swenson, which is over close to UNLV, Net Effects here on South Durango near the 215, and also what Heather was just talking about, Silver Summit Health Plan.
We're northwest, 2500 North Buffalo, 2nd floor. Come on down and visit us. Like I said, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're taking all those great donations.
And you know that we always put all this information, links and everything on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with a podcast.
Don't you find that people who are really compassionate with animals are even more compassionate with fellow human beings?
Pet people are the best people
There
I know.
you go. So you got to know that if Silver Summit Health Plan is collecting for our animals, they're going to be great for the humans too.
That's a good point. Thank you.
I like that. You're always coming up with something good. Lisa Browder is with us from Nathan Adelson Hospice, also Heather Fitzgerald in studio from Silver Summit Health Plan. We're talking about the Pet Supply Drive. This is on now through the end of February like it is every year. I was thinking about the Bonnie Shrek, what is it?
It's the Bonnie Shrek Memorial Complementary Therapies Program.
I thought I better leave that to
I
you,
know,
'cause
that's a mouthful,
phrase,
isn't it?
Lisa, we talk about helping people to understand about hospice. Most of the people who come into hospice care, maybe 6 months or less as far as the expected time for them to still be with us. But with these alternative therapies, am I crazy to think that this kind of approach, maybe it helps to extend people's lives?
It does, actually. You know, there was a woman, I can't think of her name now. She's a medical doctor in France, and she was at a conference that I went to, and she did a 10-year study covering 1,200 different cancer patients, different kinds of cancer. It wasn't all the same. And what she did was look at the ones that received traditional allopathic care and the ones that had, in this case, it was aromatherapy, that they added to their care. It doubled the lifespan of the patients that she studied.
I could see that happening. Talk about adding quality. What is the phrase Brad Garrett does in the commercials? When they can't add days to your life, they try to add life to your days.
Correct.
what Nathan Adelson Hospice is all about. I also find living here more than a quarter century in Las Vegas, the longer you're here, the more you meet up with people who have had a family member who has been impacted in a positive way through help from Nathan Adelson Hospice. I've mentioned many times before that we have people within our building here at Beasley Media Group whose loved ones have been cared for by Nathan Adelson Hospice. Once you have been involved with hospice from whatever angle, the gratitude that you feel toward that organization for the rest of your life is amazing.
Do you know, I won't say how old I am, but I'm up there.
I don't think
I've had a number of careers in my lifetime. And this one is the one where I get to go home every day and know that I've made a difference. That's really the wonderful thing about hospice care. I'll have people that will say, oh my gosh, you work in hospice? That must be depressing. Not at all, because you get to see that you make a difference and you make people feel better. That's wonderful. What more could you ask for?
Every year, they come out with the best places to work. Nathan Adelson Hospice is always on top of those lists.
We are. We, in fact, make that list every year as one of the 100 best healthcare places to work in the nation.
So if people think that hospice is a depressing place, actually it's not.
No, it's not.
My little brother, who is a preacher, he said to me long ago, because I'm the queen of denial, he said, sis, we got the numbers back from the actuaries and the stats are 1 to 1. You're going to die. You don't want to spend your whole life obsessing on that. But I think when you get past resisting even the idea that at some point in time you will run out of days, it frees something into you to where you say, okay, I accept it. I'm going to take however many days I have left, and I'm going to make the best of them.
Well, and you know what? A lot of times we get people who have a fairly new diagnosis. They come in and it's a little bit of shell shock for them. And they haven't really adjusted to that diagnosis yet. So sometimes at that point, it's not the physical that bothers them. It's the spiritual maybe or the emotional. And we have staff to take care of that as well. We have a spiritual care department. And if they want them to come in and speak with them, they do. So we try and cover everything. The whole person. It's not just the physical.
See, there's a lot of things involved with Nathan Adelson Hospice, and I do enjoy talking about it. I never thought in the beginning that I would enjoy talking about hospice, but actually it's warming and it's caring and it's wrapping your arms around the families that are affected and making a difference in their lives. That's exactly right.
It's a great description. Maybe we need to hire you. I'm not sure.
Well, I'd have to come on board just like everybody else there and do it for free. That would be important. Heather Fitzgerald is with us from Silver Summit Health Plan. How did you get involved being a drop-off location for the Nathan Adelson Hospice Pet Therapy donation program that we've got going on?
That's a great question. Silver Summit is so supportive of this community and the state. We offer our services statewide. And Nathan Adelson Hospice has been here for quite some time. Just an amazing organization. We just thought whatever we could do to work with them. And, Lisa brought up a great point right in line with the Silver Summit Health Plan, kind of our motto, if you will, not only anecdotally, but I think really the foundation of the company and our employees. And that's about treating the whole person. It's not just about what is ailing them, that one single thing. Sometimes there's multiple issues that are happening in someone's life. And our staff is dedicated to working with that individual on all of those areas. And we may not offer that particular product or service, but we know where we can go and get it for you or help you or point you in the right direction. Again, treating that whole person. I think that's part of what naturally aligned us together. And I foresee we'll be able to do many things in the future.
We like hearing that. I know you like hearing it, don't you, Lisa, for Nathan Adelson Hospice? And Heather, you guys actually are pretty big. You've got like 100 employees.
We do. 100 employees here in Southern Nevada. We have an office in Reno, but here in Southern Nevada, we have a fantastic group of employees, huge animal lovers. They're super excited to be a part of this and to donate. And again, we're opening our doors to the community as well. We want to be an open house for Nathan Adelson to collect these donations and then distribute them.
Love the idea. I'm just a pet person. You know that. Lisa Browder is with us from Nathan Adelson Hospice. We're talking about the Pet Supply Drive. Also, Heather Fitzgerald from Silver Summit Health Plan. You know, Lisa, you've been here on Talking Talking Solutions. We always ask, what can we do to help you?
Oh, yes. I think we've said a couple times, but it never hurts to repeat it. We are taking in beds, and they can be new or they can be gently used. So beds, unopened food, linens, towels, washcloths, blankets. It's not just dogs, because we actually have one organization that goes out and captures feral cats, and what they have asked for the most is sheets to put over the cages, because the animals don't know each other and they've got them in cages close together and they get scared and they get territorial. So they put those over to keep them from seeing each other.
Okay.
So sheets, and they can tear them up, they can cut them, and do whatever they like with those. But yeah, all of that stuff comes in handy.
And you're 7 years into the Pet Supply Drive.
7 years, and we do a little bit more every year as far as donations go. We got close to 2,000 last year, hoping to best that.
I'm thinking you will, because you've got companies like Silver Summit Health Plan.
Exactly.
Who are all in, saying we're not only going to get you stuff, we're going to be a drop-off location. Heather, I imagine in-house, you guys can all challenge each other and go, you got one dog bed? I did too.
There's some competitive donating going on.
That's good, because that benefits the Pet Supply Drive with Nathan Adelson Hospice. Heather, I also ask you the same question. What can we do to help you?
You know, I think just being a good steward of the community, making Southern Nevada the most fabulous place to be and live.
We got a great community here. We realize that more and more all the time. And people from out of town don't get it, but that's okay.
They think we live in the casinos.
And that we all have plastic surgery.
Right.
There is so much more to this community. That's why I'm proud to do Talking Solutions.
We appreciate your help.
Anytime. Lisa Browder, is there anything I'm forgetting?
I don't think so. If they have any questions, they can certainly either get on our website, nah.org. They can give me a call if they have any questions at 702-733-0320.
And of course, I'll have all that information on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, and we'll have a link to the podcast as well of our discussion today. Anything I'm forgetting, Heather?
I would just encourage folks to visit us at silversummithealthplan.com. Our address again, 2500 North Buffalo Drive, and we're on the second floor.
I love doing things for animals. Lisa Browder with Nathan Adelson Hospice and Heather Fitzgerald with Silver Summit Health Plan. Thank you so much for joining us today on Talking Solutions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.